It's important that we align with the divine order, right? And there are 8 principles of holistic living that in our modern world, we kind of disconnect ourselves from the natural rhythms of life. But if we really want to thrive, we must release the illusions that are created by our senses and realign ourselves with the divine order of living in alignment with nature. So, this is really through understanding and implementing really 8 fundamental principles that can govern our existence. So the first one is sunlight. I mean, come on, sunlight is the source of life, right? And it's not just a source of warmth and a nice way to spend on vacation, it's the very essence of life. It's crazy how different life is around the equator with the abundance of plants, right? As opposed to the scarcity at the poles. The sun's influence is just evident. And our bodies are designed to harness solar energy as we convert that energy into vital chemical energy. So all of those fears about the sun, they're bullshit. Direct sunlight is crucial for calcium absorption, vitamin D production, and is really essential for hormones and a lot of our numerous body functions. So don't avoid the sun. Get outside, put your face in the sun 15 minutes in the morning, and just embrace, being there. The second is clean air. It's really important that we, breathe fresh air. It's the breath of life, our pranayama. And breath control reminds us of air's life-giving properties, right? The crisp air of the mountains and the forest, doesn't that rejuvenate you? And it calms your mind and it calms your body. So while we can survive weeks and days and months without food, we can survive mere minutes without air. So it's really, really important that we do breath work and that we get fresh air every day because this enhances our life force energy and that just brings us more clarity and longevity. It sounds so simple, but we take 23,000 to 28,000 breaths per day. How many are you conscious of? Number 3, super simple, drink water. Water is the lifeblood of our cells. It facilitates nutrient circulation and it cleanses our systems. This is why practices like colonics and even crying can be beneficial to the body, right? Because hydration goes beyond drinking water. It includes consuming water-rich foods and exploring options like adding hydrogen to the water. That creates optimal cellular health. Number 4, eating good food, okay? Nature's nourishment. Food is our direct link to nature's life force. And true nourishment comes from aligning with natural laws, not from processed, man-made alternatives that we see, sugar-free, chips, blah, blah, blah. We need to understand that syntropy and entropy in relation to our diet, right? This can guide us back into nature's intended sustenance. So remember, we can't change natural order, right? We can't change it without consequences. So as you can see that there have been recent global events that have been really nature's way of realigning us. And that'll show us again that life is always in balance and we need to eat in balance as well. So number 5 is congenial temperature. This one is really like the Goldilocks zone. It's more about how life thrives within specific temperature ranges, right? There are extremes of hot and extremes of cold that are inhospitable to life. So we need to make sure, again, as nature is constantly seeking balance, that we must learn to work with these natural temperature regulations because this helps for our optimal well-being as well. Number 6, mindful movement. Super easy. I talk about this all the time, right? Exercise isn't just about building muscle. It's about mindful movement. So there is a lot of research that goes into what mindful movement encompasses. But for you, really just get your body out and move, whether you go for a walk, whether you're building strength, whether you're performing in a sport. Find joy in what your chosen form of exercise is and focus on the functional strength and mobility that comes with it and aim to at least work out 3 times a week. And it's really important to move that body because if you don't use it, you lose it. Number 7. On the other side of that is rest, right? We need to recharge. We are like a battery. Our entire being is a battery. So in our hyperactive world, rest is really overlooked, yet it's crucial for energy conservation and overall well-being. So you need to implement restful practices, right? What are those? Well, these are things like meditation. These are things like reading, painting, relaxing, napping, exploring lucid dreaming techniques. Because remember, true rest encompasses the physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects. So it's really, really important to allow yourself to rest. And number 8 is the inner landscape of yourself, right? And that is that blend between the mental and emotional literacy. So our mental and emotional states profoundly impact our physical health. And it really will mirror the outer world, what the inner world looks like. So emotional stability and mental poise are as crucial as physical well-being. So you must understand that there are various factors, including hormone regulations and past traumas and limiting beliefs that are influencing our thinking. So we need to recognize that you can't think your way through trauma. I say this all the time. We must feel our way through, and that requires a holistic approach that considers what your nervous system's state is in. So I'm talking about nervous system regulation here. So by embracing that, we can bring our inner world into balance, which will then mirror our outer world into balance, just like nature. So by embracing these 8 principles, we can align ourselves with the natural order of life. It's very simple, but this alignment will allow us to shed the unnecessary things from our existence and return to our essence, simply being. So remember, true transformation comes from doing what you inherently know is right. It's very simple, these 8 principles to live by, yet why don't we do them? Let life flow through you as it was meant to, and watch as you blossom into your fullest potential. 90 days of utilizing these 8 principles, and it will just become a habit. You can do it.